Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel for this match reaction to Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2 yesterday in the Premier League. Before we start, as always, if you could like, subscribe and let us know your thoughts in the comments about everything regarding the game and what we discuss in the show. I'm joined by my bro, as always, to go through this jam-packed game. Lots of things happened within it and yeah, there's a lot to talk about. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, bro, I'm so happy. If there's one team I don't want to lose to, I think it's them in the league. So Villa don't normally do these things. Villa don't come from behind to get draws against teams that are above us in the league. Like, that's not what we do. So for that to happen and the way it all played out, it was satisfying. And for me, it feels like a victory. Like, that's the feeling I've got. It feels like we won the game yesterday.
Yeah, bro, as you said, because Blues aren't in the same league as us, I think Arsenal the next ones, aren't they, really? Because of
United, Arsenal and United, isn't it, really?
I think Arsenal have overtaken United for me. I can't lie, because there's more history. Like, obviously Martinez and now Emery and stuff like that. I think there's links between the clubs, whereas United, we don't really have a link like that. I just don't like United and it throughout the years.
United more. I think it's close for me. I see the Arsenal link because of their fans are just
no, it's not even. It's because of the links in the team as well. Like, the team and the goalkeeper and the manager are like big links between the sides. Obviously, Watkins is an Arsenal fan as well, so it's like, yeah, you don't want to do it.
That stuff don't really bother. It's the fan. If their fans weren't so unbearable, I wouldn't mind Arsenal like that. But United, like what they done to us growing up, like it's still just as satisfying beating them as well. But
nah, Arsenal for me, I can't lie. Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, I just couldn't stand losing to them yesterday. So for us to just come back and play the way we did in the second half was so satisfying to see.
Yeah, it was a game we were going into with, we had some good form, won our last 3 games, unbeaten in 2025. So we were going into it with decent form, but obviously Arsenal proposed a different challenge. They had a good win in midweek after a bit of poor form, winning the North London derby. So you knew they were going to be up for it. The Liverpool scored 2 late goals against Brentford. So they knew they had to come out and play because if not, and they dropped points, they'd be even further behind Liverpool. So yeah, it was a huge game under the lights, prime time on TV. Everyone's going to be watching, and yeah, we didn't disappoint. So yeah, let's go into the lineups, bro. What did you think of the side that Unai selected? Obviously, went with Cash, Konza, Mings, Matson, Kamara, Onana, Rogers, Tielemans, Ramsey, Watkins.
Yeah, it was kind of the expected side, except for Matson starting. I thought he'd go Luka Dean again with that one. But yeah, the rest was as expected. Pushing Tielemans higher, Onana and Kamara for the physicality in midfield. When Ramsey's fit and available, Emery always starts Ramsey. And yeah, I thought Watkins again after scoring the winner. He wasn't going to just then get dropped. That's not really how Emery operates. So yeah, no real surprises apart from Matson starting.
We thinking about maybe in regards to the pace, and maybe you have players like Leon Bailey, you have Darnell Marlin, who we just signed, who we know is quick as well. Did you think that potentially we'd play like one winger as just pure width rather than, or who can get in behind, who's more likely to, rather than Ramsey and Rogers who will drop in a bit more?
Nah, it's not really his style. If you remember, like last season as well, like Bailey came on around the 60th. I think that's more his style with those type of things. I know DRB did start as well, but I think Rogers, Ramsey, and then what you say, Tielemans. To be fair, Rogers does have that pace, man. Like, Rogers can be quick when he gets the ball. He's one of them players that's probably faster running with the ball than without. But yeah, man, I really like the side. Like, honestly, I saw that side and I thought, okay, this is a really, really good side. So yeah, I was a bit confident after seeing that team. Then I see Arsenal's team and I don't see Saliba as well. That was a big loss for them. Kiwior is not really the most rated at Arsenal right now. Missing Saka as well. We can't really complain about the timing of facing this Arsenal side, can we really? Like, no Saka, no Saliba. Like, it was in our favour, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Arsenal fans were going into it thinking the same. As obviously, no Pau Torres. They see Pau Torres as our playmaking centre back, and McGinn as well. Arsenal fans, from what I saw prior to that, they were like, "Thank goodness McGinn isn't playing because McGinn turns up against us every time." So that's 2 big players they would have seen from their side of things who were missing for us. So I think it was kind of fair, but obviously not seeing Saka and Saliba. That's huge blows for him. And then them having to play Partey at right back as well. It's a totally different change up for them. So yeah, bro, going into it, we're confident. You feeling confident? Yeah.
I didn't think we'd lose the game. I'll be real. I didn't think we'd lose the game, but yeah, after seeing the team sheets, I can't lie, I was confident. How are you feeling?
Yeah, man. I never know with Arsenal in it because as we've discussed before, the game at home this season was probably the best we've actually played against them, and we lost. So it was like, how will this go? Will we not play as well but get something, or will we play better and still lose? Like, that's how I thought it was going to be. We were going to, because that game at home we dominated in times, and Arsenal didn't pose a threat until we missed our two big chances and they scored. So yeah, and I want to go back to that point because I think that was reminiscent of this game. But in terms of, we missed our two chances, they took their two. In this game, we both took our chances, and that's why it ended up 2-2. So yeah, I think if we took our chances at the home game, you wouldn't be able to separate us. There's a few comments in here. Michael's joined. Bro, can you show the comments? Not coming through, yeah. Says, good evening, gents. Thanks for joining, Michael. Rachel says, evening, villains. Thanks for joining, Rachel. Michael says, I really thought we were going to come back and win. I had that feeling, I can't lie. Obviously, Yuri hitting the post as well. Weston joins. Thanks for joining, Weston. He goes, nice one, lads. Feels like a win, doesn't it? When you come back from behind 2-0 down, especially against Arsenal. Facts, it really does. Ryan says, evening, Ryan. Thanks for joining. Dave's in here too. He says, evening, thanks for joining, Dave. Rachel says, we did miss McGinn yesterday. Flange says, evening, chaps. Thanks for joining, Flange. Michael says, I really have no time for Arsenal. They go on like they have the worst injury situation in the history of football. Facts. And Flan says, smash the like, gang. Yeah, really appreciate that if you could smash the like, guys. Jay's joined. Thanks for joining. He says, I can't stand Arsenal. Glad we managed to derail their title charge again for Unai. Yeah, facts. That's the biggest thing for me as well. That I take, like, firstly, us getting the points, but then doing stuff that harms their season like that. It's just, yeah, satisfaction for sure. Anyway, bro, going in first 20, 25 minutes, how did you think we stood to the test? I thought we didn't play too bad, to be honest. You knew Arsenal were going to have the majority of the ball, but I didn't really feel under threat at all in that first 15, 20 minutes. I don't know what your thoughts were.
I'll be honest, I thought they started really well. Like, I thought they were pinning us back straight away, and then they were playing their football. Yeah, I didn't think we started the best. I think they got a couple of corners as well early on, and we couldn't really get out, I thought. So yeah, I thought first 10 minutes of the game they started really strong. Then I thought, oh, okay, what type of Villa's gonna show up here? On a separate point, can I just mention how good this third kit is? Like, I don't think I've ever seen Villa look as cool on a football pitch as we did last night, or as we have done in the Champions League this season. Like, this is going into one of my favourite ever Villa kits, I think. Like, I got it as a Christmas gift, a really thoughtful Christmas gift, and I've worn it, I've seen it in person. I love this third kit. Like, honestly, it's one of my favourite non-Villa home kits of all time. Like, it's up there. It's up there with the blue and black Acorns Nike shirt and the white Nike Acorns shirt in 2010 away kit. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, the kits this season, I think they've smashed it. Kind of like the full lines, banging, and Adidas have done a great job. See, I disagree with that first 20 minutes. Like, they had the ball and I expected it. You got to think they were coming off beating Spurs at home and Liverpool winning like minutes before they came out to play. I expected that, but to reduce them to 2 shots within that period, I thought we did a good job, and we had the Matson chance as well. I don't know. I thought we stood up really well in that 20-minute spell. Okay, I knew Arsenal were going to have the ball, but if we could stop them from scoring early, which we did, if you count for those 20 minutes where we've let other teams score throughout the season. No, I thought we stood up. Well. I can't lie.
No, they had the Martinelli chance at the back post, didn't they? That forced a good save for Miners. That was a big chance.
That was it.
It was more like the threat they were getting, though. Like, they were pinning.
But don't you think that was expected? Because I, for me, expected. As I said, they were coming in. They needed to win this game. They've just seen Liverpool win, and they've just beaten Spurs. They're on a high. Like, they were going to be on us.
Does expecting it mean it wasn't bad though?
But I don't think it was bad. I don't think reducing Arsenal to 2 shots in the first 20 minutes. I don't think that's bad, and we've had a shot as well.
Yeah. I'm seeing it more like a global view of not just the chances they had, but like just how the game was going. And I didn't expect them to pin us back that early, probably. I would have liked us to see play more football as well. I didn't think we were combining that much until maybe when Maatsen was getting on the ball a lot more on that left-hand side. I thought it was interesting because Tielemans was central, but whenever we were going long, he was kind of losing the ball a little bit. So I thought maybe Emery might be tempted to put Rodgers central, have someone who can hold the ball up a little bit more, like we saw in the game last season, and then have Tielemans maybe on the right. Because to be fair to that Lewis Skelly, he was getting to Rodgers, I thought, during the game. Like he was getting the better of him, and you could see Rodgers was getting frustrated. So I thought maybe move Rodgers centrally. What I will say is though, once we did start playing our football and getting up the pitch, like I thought we were starting to play some good stuff. Maatsen has his chance where he drives into the box. The pass is awful that he plays into the box, but he kind of like does a 1-2 with their own player. Skips past another one and then gets a shot off that forces a good save from David Raya. That was promising. And we were having counter attacks, but it was just like the final decision making, weren't it really, in that final third where Ramsey would carry the ball and it would be like a stray pass or it wasn't the correct pass. So I felt we could score in the first half 100%, but I thought Arsenal were really good as well, to be fair.
No, I thought they kept the ball out well, but I look at the stats of the first half just in general. It's like they had one big chance, which was the goal. That was it. They had 3 shots on target. We had 1. They had 6 shots. We had 3. Like I didn't think for all their ball they did had, I thought we stood up quite well, and it was disappointing to really go 1-0 down. But yeah, the difference of opinion. But moving on from that, bro, going into past that 20-minute mark, we have one big chance. What do you think of the Watkins opportunity? Should he have done better with it? Is it just, strikers, they can just sometimes miss those chances? Or do you think Ollie should have scored that one?
Well, which one? The lob or the one that was...
Yeah, the lob. The lob.
Yeah, that's just like one of them. And like he's tried something, he's seen Ray off his line. I don't think it's a bad miss. I would have actually liked him just to control it and then delay and then wait for play Rodgers in, who was with him. But obviously, Watkins is a striker. He's only thinking of one thing there. It's unlucky. It's a good attempt. It's nothing to really like mourn or sit on or be like, "Oh, you got to bury that." I just think that's stupid. Like, he capitalised on Partey's awful error from the throw-in, and yeah, it is what it is, man. But I would have probably preferred Watkins to probably control himself in that moment and maybe feed him Rodgers. But he's a striker. Like, it is what it is.
I thought we got into Partey a bit with that throw-in. I don't think he recovered from that. In terms of his game throughout that, especially playing it at right back, he's never fancied there anyway. And I thought, as we moved into the second half, it was an opportunity to really take advantage of him playing in that position. But yeah, definitely thought we could have scored in that first half for sure. So then, bro, getting to the goal, what do you think of it? I think there's a few errors in terms of Trossard being allowed to get the cross in. And Martinelli getting in front of Maatsen as well, but it was a real kicker because, as I said, bro, I didn't think there's not that much in it, and to allow him to score for our defensive shape not being the best, I thought kind of gifted him that goal.
Yeah, Maatsen going forward was probably our biggest threat in the first half. Defensively, he's cost us a goal, and I think his mindset just kind of changed after getting that yellow card, which was in the 20th minute. Like the player dipped past him, he brings him down. And then he's on a yellow card. He's got to think more. He's got to hesitate. But I think if you're on a yellow card, you have to lock in more, and you have to be even more aware of your surroundings. And yeah, what Maatsen has always had these defensive like frailties. Even with like if you look at his aerial duels at Dortmund, like a lot of times he'd get out jumped from back post crosses. So we did know this coming through. I think Emery has signed him for his attacking credentials and what he can do in that system, where the left back is the left winger. But yeah, it's poor. He has 2 yards on Martinelli. He doesn't look over his left shoulder once, and it's costly. And he knows that was on him, and he probably has to go through these teething issues where you learn from the mistakes and you develop and you continue to grow. And in a way, it's probably a good thing that it happened to him, so that he can be more aware defensively in future. I still think he's a fantastic player. I still think he is a left back. I know a lot of people say he should play left wing, but the left wing. There is no left winger in an Emery system. The left midfield tucks in centrally. Ramsey doesn't play left wing. The left back plays left wing. That's where Luca Digne's assist came from in the second half. He was on the left wing. So I think Maatsen still should play at left back. I wouldn't be changing his position too much. You don't want him receiving the ball in the middle. You want him hugging the touchline and working it that way. So it just is what it is. It's a big mistake. He'll learn from it. And yeah, hopefully he improves.
Yeah, I thought from this point it was just going bad to words. Obviously, a few minutes later, Amadou Onana goes down injured. And yeah, I think this was big because we go on about Bogard, you especially, bro. You say like how much of a good player he actually is, and for once he got to play in his actual position. He comes on. Were you shocked by the sub? Did you think Unai would just potentially drop Tielemans into the midfield and then maybe put an attacker, either a Leon Bailey, play Rodgers off Watkins, or were you happy to see that actually he's put some trust and faith into Lamar Bogard and brought him on with what only 37 minutes gone and Amadou Onana going down injured when Arsenal are 1-0 up as well.
Yeah, I think because there was like head loss with the fan base a bit as well, including me going 1-0 down. It was frustrating, and we were like, "Wait, what's going on here? Like too much is happening." Like the goal came
like a capitulation, isn't it? It was just capitulating.
And man, like I don't know. I don't know about you, but it starts to worry me a little bit. Like,
yeah, facts.
How often it happens? He's getting a bit worried now. But yeah, it's nothing he can do. Hamstring is what it is. Hopefully, he's not out too long. Wishing him a speedy recovery. But yeah,
another hamstring, bro, man.
I just expected Rory to drop deeper and then maybe Bailey to come on. But
yeah, that's what
Emery said, listen, Bogard, I'm going to trust you. I brought you to the squad. I didn't send you out unknown. You are a centre midfield number 8 by trade. You've had to play right back just to put a shift in. And let's be honest, he has struggled there, but he's not a right back. He's not a right back. Like, that's not his position. And he's played in centre midfield at Arsenal. And bro, he looked like he was playing in the park with his friends. Like he was quality.
He was good.
The composure to pass. He was patient. He looked for the options. He played the right pass. We'll talk about the first goal later on, but he was instrumental in that as well. And he won every single one of his duels. Like he's not scared of a physical. But we got to think, we got this kid from Feyenoord when he was 16. Like we paid a fee for a 16-year-old. He's been highly rated his entire youth career. And now we're starting to see, okay, we've given him time, and I think this is massive for him. Yeah. Obviously, centre midfield is not the most needed. Well, it is at the moment because of the injuries, but he's had to be so patient to get his chance at centre midfield.
Yeah, when you think about obviously McGinn, Barkley, Onana now being out, it's a big chance just to drop into that position and slot in. I thought he'd had for the time and presence and the impact he had. I thought he had a great game, really did. And yeah, but I was going to say, obviously, I've seen Fabrizio tweeting today about links. I don't know if Fabrizio's just tweeting off the back of him coming on,
off the back
to try and get a few clicks in it.
them loan bids were probably last season.
I know. Just off the back of his name, and people are like, "Who's Lamar Bogard?" But what I was going to say is reminiscent to the home game again, like. Matty Cash went off, and what did Unai do? He brought Nedeljkovic on, remember? And that was early on in the game. So there was a similarity with that as well, in terms of, okay, like a first teamer went off the pitch, and then Unai brings on a youngster, trusted. I think Nedeljkovic, he'd only played a few minutes against, was it West Ham? And that was it. And he came on against Arsenal at home. With like 20-odd minutes gone, and then Bogard come on yesterday, and he hadn't played DM. We hadn't seen him play DM for the first team. If anything, it was centre back or right back. So, yeah, huge moment, and credit to Unai for doing that and going with it as well. Because I've seen some things online, and people were like, "What's going on here?" I thought, nah, big call, and that's why he's the manager he is. Even though from that point when Bogard did come on, bro, I thought, yeah, we need to get to half time now, innit? It felt like the onslaught was really coming. I thought they were growing into it towards the end of the half, and they were trying to create. They had some good chances as well, and it was one of those where it was just like get to half time and regroup.
Yeah, do you want me to get into some comments? Do you want to
read? Yeah, go for it. You have a read, bro. You have a read.
No, I'll let you do it.
The third Shriffy sharp. The Missy says Torres 14 one. She got taste. Dave says, hope to be picking up the third kit sometime soon. It's a rather tidy kit. Yeah, it is nice. I've got one. I know you got one as well, isn't it? Weston said ultimately I'd really like Maatsen to come an out and out left winger. No, I disagree, Weston. As Bro said, I think when we build up in the 3-2-5, or we do the 2-5-3-5, I think Matson's just, we play with the three or the two at the back, and then Matson's just the left back that's allowed to go forward in the Emery system. So I don't know. I don't want him to be a winger. I think he's a left back. He played his best football at Dortmund where he was a left back. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
But yeah, he does need to improve defense. Emery will be coaching him now, and like these are teething issues. You can improve someone's concentration in the box, and it's not like he's having a fault like with something technically. Like this is a concentration focus type thing that he'll learn from, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Rachel says our poor defending has been part of our story this season. It's weird. Our defending, again, as I go back to our numbers, are decent this season. I think we're not that bad defensively numbers-wise, but statistically.
Arsenal only got 1.33 XG. Like, that's not bad against.
And we had 1.04. Like, so, yeah, exactly. They had 1.33. I think that's probably the least amount of shots Arsenal have had against us in recent times. I think the games we won, Arsenal probably had more shots on us than they did yesterday. They only had 6 shots on target and scored 2 from 2 of them. So I don't know. What do you think it is with the defense, bro? Like,
unlucky.
Is it just because it seems that way, doesn't it?
It's a combination of both. Like, our box defending, as we'll go into Havertz goal, is really poor. Like, we defend the box so poorly at times where we go zonal and we just don't deal with the ball in. However, we're getting unlucky with the goals that are going in. Like, our expected goals against is not that bad. We're a top 7 team in the league defensively. If you talk about the quality of chances we give up, we're not giving teams like open goals every single game. Like, they've got to work to get their chances. And I just feel like, look at Man City at home. That's a mistake on our behalf from Dean. Can happen to anyone. He slips, and then we can see that should have been a clean sheet. Bournemouth, look what Bournemouth are doing to teams this season. We put them down, bro, to 0.33 expected goals against that Bournemouth side, and they score from a free kick in the last minute. Like, that deserved to be a clean sheet. And that's why the Everton game, even though they had their chances, I was happy we finally got a bit of luck with the clean sheet because we deserve more clean sheets, man. However, I will say we need to improve how we defend the box. We need to improve it. Like, Konza, Mings, and then Cash letting the ball come in for their second goal was poor, I thought. So it's a bit of both for me.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, moving on then to that second half, and obviously Ian Matson comes off at half.
Sorry, bro. Just more comments, sorry.
Deontay's joined. He says, greetings, everyone, and what a comeback yesterday. Appreciate you for joining, Deontay. Duncan says, Bogard much more a CDM than defender. Tielemans was quality. Yeah, Tielemans, we'll get on to that second half performance from Tielemans for sure.
Wow.
Rachel says, Bogard really took his chances in that position. I understand that Emery was trying to do with Bogard coming on. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, hindsight now, you obviously you understood and we witnessed it. Dave says, Bogard impressed playing. Go back to that one, bro. I didn't catch you.
Playing in midfield, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, we did. Ryan says Bogard has a nice game. Hopefully, he may get some minutes with the injuries. I think he will, Ryan. I think he will. Now, that was the test, and I think he passed it. Flange says Bogard didn't really put a foot wrong, and what a big stage for him at the Emirates. Facts. Bang on. Dave says he played the pass out wide to Digne, didn't he, for the goal. We'll get to that first goal, but he did indeed, Dave. And yeah, Duncan said most teams get well beat there. They do indeed. Villa were excellent in the second half, yeah, for sure. Duncan also says lack of clean sheets this season is an issue, I'd say. Yeah, again, I think it's variance.
Yeah, bro.
It's variance, and I think it will improve. I do think it will improve.
Like, this sounds mad to say, innit? But I don't think clean sheets are the best representation sometimes. I don't think they tell the full story. It's almost like a half truth. Like, defensively, there's just been some games this season where I thought, we deserved not to concede. That Bournemouth one that I mentioned sticks out the most, where they had nothing all game, and they have one header from a free kick. Like, teams will concede way more chances to Bournemouth this season and keep a clean sheet. So I think it's just how you look a lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure. Press Jones says, can't wait for Andres Garcia, proper modern day right back. Yeah, looking forward to seeing him come in and seeing what he's about. seen any highlights. He scores a screamer. He scored a few screamers in his time. But
some of them, I don't care what league that's in, bro. Like some of them goals are
technique's mad, isn't it? What I like the most of is bow-footed. I really like that, actually. That's for a right back, it's really good as well. And
Really
we'll talk about bow-footed because Matty Cash showed a bit of bow-footedness yesterday. Can't lie.
Well, bro, he's seen them La Liga goals as well, it seems. I ain't seen him play across like that before.
Yeah. Dave also says, not keeping sheets and a negative goal difference could do with sorting out. Yeah, that's one thing. I just get the goal difference up, please. Just get the goal. Being in the minuses in the position we are, let's get a few goals in. So anyway, bro, that second half going into it, obviously Maatsen comes off for Digne. Did you expect that sub? I didn't know if that was going to actually happen, but
kind of, because I knew Emery had the alibi of the yellow card rather than the mistake of the goal. And he mentioned that in his press conference. He said he was on a yellow card, so that's what I weighed up. I think if he's not on a yellow card and he takes him off, like it feels way more harsher. But I thought he was because Maatsen was doing so well going forward. I thought he was a bit harsh, but I get it as well. Like Emery's all about control and keeping your line and not letting teams score easy goals on us. And yeah, I get it. He trusts Luka Dean more defensively. Maatsen seems to have responded well to it. He posted on Instagram like mentality doesn't seem to have like sulked too much. I did see him at halftime though talking to Marlon with his hood on. He's just pointing to what happened, and yeah, hopefully he just learns. But was I shocked to see it happen? No, not really. Can't lie.
Yeah, I don't think it was one of those where it was like I understand it, and again proved spot on going forward. So yeah, into that second half, bro. I didn't see. How were you feeling? Were you like, can we just keep it 1-0 for as long as possible and then go for it, or was it more just start playing a bit more, start getting a bit more into the game, start getting your foot more on the ball and creating stuff?
The cynic in me and the Villa fan in me that's seen us on Sky Sports so many times was like, everything that can go wrong has gone wrong so far. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, is this where Arsenal just turn it on and just finish us off with players who may be inexperienced in Bogard, but bro, Bogard played amazing. And I don't know what it was like after, I think it was our first goal really, like when their second goal goes in, I thought, okay, damage limitation. But when our first goal goes in, I started to just, I weren't expecting it. I don't know how you were feeling, but I weren't expecting that first goal from us. So yeah, when that went in, I started to feel way more confident.
Yeah, I agree. I think it really turned when the first goal went in. But let's get on to their second. Kai Havertz being the scorer. Again, it's good wing play, isn't it? From Trossard. He kind of does Matty Cash again and puts a really good ball in with his left foot. And has Emi Martinez let in 2 goals yesterday, or are they goals he can't save? What's your thoughts on? Because I think the Martinelli one's hard, but the Havertz one kind of hit straight in. What are you thinking about the 2 goals that were actually scored? Before we get onto the build-up.
Yeah, I hadn't actually realised that. Actually, that's a good point. I think the first one's harsh.
Yeah,
the first one's harsh.
I agree because he saves it. He just goes over the line. Yeah.
The second one maybe it's at him. It goes like through his legs, and it. Like, I think he'll, with his high standards that he has, he'll probably be a little bit pissed off at himself that he conceded, but also pissed off at the defenders for not dealing with it initially.
It's just always like when we concede against Arsenal, the goals are never like clean, are they? Like obviously the Jorginho one, then the Partey one. I think he knows he should have done better with that one at home. There's just never like clean goals that they hit off Emery or something happens, and yeah, it's just like if you're going to score, just put it top corner where you can't save it, rather than him just coming off him. Or it looks like maybe you could have done better, because I think the Havertz one potentially, but then again he's from like 7-8 yards out, smacks it at him, so it's probably the best he can do. And then, as I said, yeah, the Martinelli one, I think he just does well to get a hand to it, and it's unlucky that it goes over the line. But yeah, bro, they go 2-0 up. We've let Havertz score. We've let Trossard get 2 assists with that as well. And we've let Martinelli score. We've let their front three impact the game, which they haven't done for a while now. What's your thoughts and feelings at this point?
Yeah, I'll be honest, bro. Cash got the assist, and it was a beautiful assist. But I thought he had a poor game. I don't know how you felt. I thought Trossard was their best player, and that was for a reason. Like he was getting past Cash quite a lot. Like every time he was running into the box, his footwork was good. And it's just disappointing because once the ball goes in as well, Konza and Mings are there to deal with it. Like it's two of them, and there's one player in Havertz, and he's just allowed to just run free unmarked. I'd love to know like what the instructions are for defending the box. Is it man mark, or are you just defending the space, or is it a hybrid system where some players man mark a certain player, the other half like monitor the space? But it just seems teams have like this easy run into the box against us.
You know, that was similar to, you remember the Jackson goal, Chelsea, where Powell and Konza are like around him, he puts it near post.
Yeah, perfect.
Similar thing. The box defending in that area. Just I don't know why the centre backs are not tight to the player. It's just same similar kind of build up and goal in the finish. Obviously, Jackson puts it in off the post, but he has minimal space to work with, and Havertz does the same again. He somehow gets a strike off when he's the only guy really that's in the box and that Trossard can hit. So yeah, man, as 2-0 down and you're thinking, let's just hope that it doesn't get any worse. And I don't know. I think the majority of Villa fans probably thought at that point, just be conservative, maybe hold off for 10, 15 and see what we can do in the last 15 minutes. Don't know what were you thinking at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was done, bro. I can't lie. Like, I'm so surprised that we came back. Like, what I've learned from watching Villa on Sky Sports, like, did you feel the same?
Yeah, bro. The 5:30 kickoff on Sky Sports.
Havertz
it's just
man.
Yeah, we've seen that enough times, like to just like be over it. But bro, if that weren't the case, and again, it goes to nothing's impossible with Unai Emery in it, man. Like we've seen Unai do some mad stuff with this team, and I never thought I'd see us come back from 2-0 at the Emirates, but there we are. Duncan says Garcia can finish. Yeah, he can. He can indeed. Yeah, it looks like he can score worldies for sure. Flan says I'm gagging to see Marlon play. Same. He can't play on Tuesday, unfortunately. I think the last two group games in the Champions League, because he represented Dortmund, he has to wait until the knockout stages. So, fortunately, he can't play the next two. So, next one. Prez line, Omar says, my Cash nightmares will come to an end when Garcia is in the building. However, I would like to see Cash improve the weaknesses, defending one-on-one, and also attacking, beating his man. I think in terms of the attacking, we saw something different from Cash yesterday for the second goal, which we'll get onto for sure. I've never seen him putting the ball with his left foot, and the Cruyff actually leading him to putting the ball with his left foot. So that was really nice to see and something different. Dave says, I rate Cash though. There was one instance where he got to their box and got caught in 4 minds and lost it, but he came up with an assist in the end. Yeah, that's it. He's just decisiveness. Sometimes he just lacks it, and he'll dally on the ball too much. But it was nice to see him make a decisive action, which led to the equaliser. And as I said, we'll get onto that. So, bro, what happened? What changed from the 55th minute to go on to the 60th minute, and then thereby the next 10 minutes after that?
Yeah, Arsenal got a bit passive, didn't they, in their shape? Obviously, they wanted to protect their 2-0 lead. And yeah, let's talk about it. Bogart gets the ball centrally. He's got time, shows the patience to pick out the correct pass, and it's a lovely ball to Dean. And Luca Dean, when he's afforded time and space, we know that he has a good cross. And Partey he must have backed like 2-3 yards off him, innit? I was just thought, is he sure? Like, is he sure right now? Like, do you know who's got about to cross the ball? So, bro, it's a beautiful ball. And Tielemans, do you see how low he has to get for this header? Like, his face is nearly smacking off the ground. It's a beautiful header. Tielemans diving headers, man. Like, this guy, this is back-to-back man of the match performances at the Emirates for me.
Bro, Tielemans after that was playing like, okay, I have a point to prove here. Like, on the ball, his decision making, his passing, turning on the edge of our box a number of times. I saw him do a Zidane turn at one point and play the correct pass, played one through to Matty Cash. Like, bro, he felt like he was the captain and he was going to lead us to get something from the game, because he just stepped up and took it to another level. Bogard initially, great ball. He took his time with the pass, waited for the space for Digne and played a lovely crossfield pass. And then if I could place Luca Dean in a position on the pitch and give him 10 yards, that is the exact position you put him. Just deeper, just a bit deeper of the edge of the 18, but on the left-hand side. Because you know, if he has that time, as you said, he's just going to put it in the correct area, in the correct place. And he did. Partey offered him all the time in the world. And yeah, the run from Tielemans just through the middle and to get his head on it. And obviously, he nearly gets a defender's boot in his face as well. So he's really, you know, been brave at that point, and it's a great header, man. It's a great header. He picks the ball up, does a fist pump, and yeah, we're off, man. 2-1.
Honestly, it was important we scored within like 10 minutes. Like we scored straight away, and we know Arsenal have been like dropping points recently. I think they took the lead at Brighton. Brighton came back and got a point. I think the United game did take the lead in the FA Cup and then ended up losing that. I can't remember, but yeah, they've been suspect, bro. They've been suspect. We capitalised off them Arsenal nerves because they haven't been that consistent recently. So yeah, when that went in, like obviously I had to delay as usual. VAR, you never know, they try rob us of a goal, but yeah, you're miles on side, and yeah, thankfully we got our goal.
Yeah, I think Arsenal conceded in their last 5 in a row, so yeah, it wasn't really not expected for us to at least get one. But I want to say, did you see Watkins pushing Gabriel? Have you seen that back?
Yeah, that man must have been like shit talking throughout the game or something.
Well, that shit talking Kim must have been going on for a few games, I reckon. I reckon that's been going on since he bagged last season to stop their title hopes, and then probably at Villa Park as well when he missed the chances. Well, yeah, ran off and pushed him, man. Good to see. I like that, Ollie. I like that. Show it. Show a bit of, you know, give a shit, wind him up, get in his head. Because obviously we know Saliba, Gabriel's the guy in it there, he's the leader. So if you get in the leader's head, it can all go tits up, man. So I like that from Ollie. It was nice to see. So yeah, bro, we get to 2-1, yeah. And it really just changed at that point, doesn't it? Momentum swiftly changes. A minute later, Yuri Tielemans hits the post. And what are you thinking, man?
Oh my god, the football's good as well, man. And we work it, and then we get to their box, and then I think it comes off the Arsenal defender when the pass was played to Rodgers, and it sits so nicely for him, and it's just like he's put in an identical performance to last season, pretty much, where he hit that same post from the shot, and if that goes in, then I think we're probably going to win the game. Like the way
it felt like it, innit?
Yeah. If that one goes in, like just that quick, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Because I would have been even more rattled than they were when we equalised anyway. That's a rattler, that is, 2 in 2 minutes. But yeah, I think Duncan's made a good point regarding the goal we just talked about as well. I think he did. I think Tielemans did score a goal against England, which was similar header. I think when he got a brace at Wembley, was that last year in the Nations League? Or was it just a friendly? I do remember they were in that blue kit, you know, the Tintin kit that they used to wear. Yeah, I think he did score a header and he scored a brace in that game. So, yeah, you bang on, Duncan. But, yeah, going back to it, we hit the post. And do you know what? Looking back on it, I think that's the only place Tielemans can put it because he puts it through. I don't know whose legs he puts it through, but he puts it through their legs.
It sat up nicely.
So I don't know if he could put it anywhere else unless he like took a second touch and then hit it. I think it was the only place he could have, was a defender would have blocked the ball. But yeah, he's just hit it lovely on the curl, and it's like, shit, that was a chance. It was like that was a chance.
I can't lie, I screamed, and I was like, what? No way. I thought that was it.
It felt like it, and it felt like, that was the one, you know.
But the momentum was there, bro. You could feel something was gonna happen, and then our second goal, bro, it comes from. I actually can't remember the build up to how it happens, but Cash receives the ball on the right side. He turns, he comes back, and he leaves. It's a beautiful cross. I can't lie. It's a beautiful cross to the back post.
Yeah, big up Cash, man, because we've seen Cash enough times do that Cruyff cross, come check back, and just play the simple pass inside. I think it was from a set piece. I think that goal was, bro. But the defenders were obviously up anyway, so it was like he didn't really have the option. So the only thing was to put it back in. And yeah, man, left-footed, that ball's a peach because you see 3 Arsenal defenders rise and none of them get near it. But yeah, talk about Ollie, man. Talk about Ollie because it seems like it's that time again. The streak has started, isn't it?
Well, I hope so. I hope so. He's got 13 XG this season, 10 goals. You'd like to think it's gonna even out eventually. I don't mind my strikers getting chances, bro, because the movement, bro, that's what's important to me. The movement. Ollie's always had good movement. He always gets a chance, no matter what. And this is a great finish, by the way, because it's quite low where he hits it. And Raya can't do anything about it. And it's mad. He was about to be taken off. He was literally about to be taken off before that. Villa fans are already singing the Duran song. Like Villa were primed and ready to see the number 9 come on.
Or Duran's face when he gets told by him.
I think he took it
he's talking to Paco. No, he did, but his face was like, it's so funny.
I thought he took it, when I seen him talking to one of our assistants when Emery told him, I think he took it all right.
He did. Facts. He would be if you wanted just about to come on. You would be, but yeah, you'd be happy, but you'd be like, oh shit, that was my chance to get on. But
what do you think about
the finish is cold.
What do you think about that? Sorry, bro. About like changing your mind. Do you think it makes sense? It's just like a gut feeling thing.
Yeah, I think you're playing the momentum at times, and I think you don't just once the game state changes with goals, 100%. So if you bring in on Duran because you need to get the equaliser, but you get the equaliser, then the game state does change, and then potentially, Watkins you may feel is better at something that Duran probably might not be. Don't know what that is, but I think that it's absolutely fine to tell players not to come on just yet if the game state changes from a goal. 100%.
What's mad as well?
I think that's good management.
Weren't he Marlon as well? Wasn't supposed to come on apparently.
Yeah. So totally changed. Exactly, bro. It's the game state. The game state changed, and I think he thought, okay, we'll stick at 2 here, and also he would have been coming off at a time where we weren't actually playing that bad. We were playing quite well. We had them rattled, didn't it? It felt like we had them rattled. So I don't know. I didn't think at 2-2 that point. I think he thought, okay, maybe we can just continue this momentum on with the team we have out. I just want to say as well with the Watkins finish, he's done well because of the 2 Arsenal players missing it. But then the 3rd Arsenal player jumps with Bogard, and I think it's Kai Havertz, and they both missed it. Or he kind of briskly hits his hair, like part of his follicles and that. But it's an outstanding finish, man. I saw the interview after. He said he thought he missed. He's a madman. He said it wasn't. He said it wasn't handball, and he thought he missed. I was he's talking nonsense, man.
Watkins' interviews are funny because he always just manages to leave to say something that just annoys me. Like I don't know how he does it. Like, he always just says something. I was just like, well, why have you said that for, man? What was it like? He said Havertz should have stood. I was just like, what are you doing? He
said if it was me, I wouldn't be happy. That's what he said.
And then he realised what he said, and then he corrected, like they were mocking him on Sky a little bit because he realised what he was saying.
But Merce and the Andrew were going at him. They were like, the Andrew's like, it definitely wasn't all that. But I don't know. Did he partly say that to wind him up even more? No, if he's playing 4D chess, I like that, Ollie, because if he said that just to wind up Arsenal fans even more and get them more aggy, then it probably worked. Because I've seen numerous videos of Arsenal fans being delusional as ever. So, and we'll get to that incident. But yeah, 2-2, bro. Did you feel like we'd equalise too early, or did you feel like we'd go on and win it at that point?
Nah. Take any equaliser there, especially when we've hit the post before. What is that? 68th minute, 69th? Nah, that's not too early. No, I didn't feel we'd win it though. I think we changed our shape a little bit. We kind of just stopped, which is obviously Emery likes probably thinking to protect. Some people may say you got to go for it. Other people might say, nah, just chill for a bit. But yeah, I didn't think we get the equaliser from how we set up, like in the result in 5 minutes. Not the equaliser, the winner, but
at that point, then for the next 12 minutes, there wasn't really too much. Arsenal had a few attempts, but we were coping. We were really coping. And then you see the 80th minute. Yeah, I was just going to say before that, you see the changes. You see Ollie go off for Duran, and you see Ramsey go off for Bailey. That feels like we'll go for it, don't you think? Obviously, only Arsenal have the chance to put on Sterling, but I think Duran and Bailey coming on as well. I thought Unai in his mind thinks, we've got a chance here, especially to catch him on transition.
Yeah, I think Duran was always going to come on just because you just got to owe him at that point. Like you just got to give him some minutes if you're going to bring him on. But the Bailey one was interesting, definitely. Yeah. Bailey's still ahead of Marlon in the pecking order. Like, he's still got that credit in the bank. So, yeah. I guess Bailey had that one box entry, didn't he, where he cut back, and I think that was set up for the Beauregard chance. If Beauregard would have come on and scored the winner, that would have been probably my favourite goal of the season.
If he'd have bagged, should he have done better?
No. He's probably bro, when has Beauregard ever had a shot? Like, that was just uncharted territory. He gets it on target. Like, it is what it is, isn't it?
That sounds like some good defence. There's some good lawyer stuff, that is. Anyway, bro, we'll move on. And, let's get on to it, man. Kai Havertz. Bro, my heart hasn't sunk like that in a long time. I can't lie.
My heart sunk.
My heart hasn't sunk like that in a long time. I thought we'd come this far, and they've scored that.
Ever as well. Like, I thought that was it.
But then, looking back on it now, I should have had some confidence with Moreno, because Moreno didn't celebrate. He took the shot and he didn't celebrate. Kai Havertz, let's get on to Kai Havertz, because I know the man struggles for a goal, but that's twice now against Villa he celebrated goals that are disallowed. Like, he needs to chill in it. He needs to.
You think he'd learn a lesson at one point, don't it?
After Villa Park and obviously he handballed it that day. I think he'd learn it, but how has he tried to get away with that? How's he tried to act like that ain't hit his hand? Like, what's going through his head? Because it's so obvious. That's so shameless, you know. That's so shameless. No full white's going to be disallowed. That is so shameless, you know.
But yeah, when Gary Neville was soothing me as well, man. When Gary Neville was on there, he's just like, that's getting chalked off. That's getting chalked. I was like, Gary Neville, you better be right here, because we hadn't seen the footage yet. And the way he was talking, he was so confident. But then, as soon as the other co-commentator says, and there's going to be anger in the stadium right now, I was just like, oh, and breathe, it's done.
It's done, isn't it?
Like, we got it. Like, and I was just thinking, Villa, wake up. That's your lesson. Yeah. That's your lesson right there, bro. You just got. I won't say got away with it, but I mean, like, you've just, you've had a warning.
Do we get away with it again with Trossard right after?
Oh, that passage of play, bro. My heart, yo. Off the put. This is why it feels so satisfying, because we went through Haaland back during that game.
Big save from Martinez, that for sure. But yeah, I think Rachel says, if you go into the comments for her, I can't handle the fact that Arsenal fans are adamant hit Havertz stomach. They're just gas merchants. They're the most deluded. They always will be the most deluded. I've seen some videos. The standard are the ref didn't book Villa players, and you've seen Rodgers' reaction. He just thought they were just as shit as the Arsenal fans did. By if you've seen that video of him saying you are shit, you can tell the retainers in there, the way he says it as well, straight up from the Hale Zone, man. But yeah, I agree. I think for both teams, there's always going to be those things regarding the ref. But Merckx, he's joined. Thanks for joining. Goes up the Villa. I think he said, "What do you think about 6-0 City?" I think it's a good performance, isn't it? I don't know if they're back, bro. Did you watch the Brentford game? They weren't back against Brentford. They weren't. They were still easy to play through. I don't think they're back just yet. Ipswich, I think they've been poor recently, and let's see Man City have a proper challenge, like a top 10 side, and see how they do again. Because I thought against Brentford, they just capitulated, and Brentford had opportunities throughout that game as well. So yeah, we'll see what they're about going forward.
What I will say is, Philogene came on and started trying no-look passes and little. I knew this was gonna happen. He's gonna perform there. He's gonna perform, and I think what it is. Oh, you're not having that now,
brother. What was the score? What was the score?
Oh, don't do. That's just such a dead. You're gonna do that one?
No, it's not. It's not.
He came on.
Bro, I'd be trying anything at that point. Do you know how relaxed he must be being 5-0 down, playing as that player?
He's been in games when Villa have been 3-0 down to Chelsea, bro. Like, I didn't see any of that type of actions. What I'm saying is, though, I seen him come on, and it wasn't even about what he tried coming off being effective. What I'm saying is, he tried stuff that I hadn't seen him try at Villa in any game, not even in pre-season, where there's no pressure at all. So I just thought to myself, has he just been like holding back at Villa? Like, is this
definitely been holding back? We've seen it on the pitch.
That's my point.
But But what
That's
I
what I'm
was
trying to
saying
say.
is,
What I'm saying is, it's hilarious. Like, I was watching his camera and I thought, wait, you ain't tried that at Villa. Like, since when you doing no look
yeah,
passes and little footwork and getting past your man like that? So yeah,
I
fair
think
play
I,
to
I
him.
think that I think that's mad. I can't lie. I think that's mad. Like, why is it? Do you have to be in that position to be confident? I don't know. I think that's mad. Like, why not try that at Villa if you're at the level? Yeah, different thoughts. I don't know if you're still there, bro. Duncan says, Shane, the bottom three are so poor. Man U won't go down this year. Um, yeah, Man U ain't gonna go down. But Spurs might. Spurs might.
I
So
think
yeah,
I
bro.
don't know. I don't know who's the worst team out of them. And it's peak because we ain't beat either of them yet. That's what's annoying me.
And we probably won't. We probably won't.
Look, us in all these teams, we ain't beat none of them.
And we probably won't. I can't lie. But yeah, bro. We come out of a 2-2, man, and again we've mashed their season up and we've continued our unbeaten run in 2025. That's 4 games now, 3 wins and a draw, going into Monaco. Yeah, you look at the fixtures we've played over the last 9. I think the last 11. I think we've won 7, drawn 2, and lost 2. Newcastle away seems like a write-off anyway. It's just the Forest game where we should really have at least got a point from that game. We should have seen that out. And the rest, 2 draws and 7 wins. So, well, it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad at all.
We've been saying the league table ain't really reflected the performances of Villa. I think we deserve to be higher in the league table. Forest, I'm praying on Forest's downfall so much.
I can't say, bro. I
thought Southampton were going to get them when finally come back and equalise today, but I don't know how to do it. To be fair, man, fair play to them. They're maximising their talent in the squad and their resources, but yeah, we need them to fall off for our sake, I think.
Well, it's tight, and you go from 4th now. City winning, you go from City to Fulham, and it's 5 points. Obviously, Chelsea have a game in hand, so they could, if they beat Wolves up, they could make it 40, being the difference, and that would be 4 points off 4th. It's nuts. Yeah. It's so tight in the league.
2 points off the 5th spot. 5th spot's probably going to be Champions League.
Nah, aim for 4th. I don't like doing that eggs in the basket. I was doing that last year. I was thinking both us and Spurs are going to get Champions League, man. Don't worry. And then United and Newcastle battled getting out the groups, and it all went a bit mad. But yeah, I think we're in a healthier position in the Champions League this year, definitely. Duncan saying recall Moreno. Why do you want to recall Moreno for? He don't even get a game now. Nico Williams has taken his place in the side, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Rachel, do you want to put the comments up, bro? Rachel.
Yeah, my laptop's freezing at the moment, but I can't know.
I looked. Yeah, Rachel says it's like 5 teams for 1 Champions League place. It's so tight. Yeah, it's facts. It's ridiculously tight. Look at Bournemouth, man. That Bournemouth performance yesterday was unreal. That's probably my performance of the season, because just the conditions away. We all know what it's like away at St James's. They've won 9 in a row. They're going to be well up for it. And Bournemouth had 10, 11 first teamers out, and to put in that performance and then go on, even with the subs and that, they only put in Jebson, and to go on and score 2 more late on. Unreal performance. They thoroughly deserve that win. And yeah, not many teams have done that to Newcastle.
The underlying, what's mad about Bournemouth is arguably they should be higher than 7th. Underlying, they've been a top 4 team all season.
Yeah.
And what Iraola's doing, I think they're a better team than Nottingham Forest personally. I think the squad and the performances. So yeah, Bournemouth can get. If Bournemouth got Champions League, it would not surprise me, genuinely, because their numbers, both defensively and attacking, are really good. That's why I'm still so gutted over their equaliser against us. We deserve to win that game. We made them look painfully average that day, and it's one of the most impressive Villa performances all season for me. We just got unlucky at the end. Yeah,
but it's mad. It's mad. But we move. Champions League this week. We're back in that. 3 points against Monaco would be massive, wouldn't it? I think that could potentially all but confirm top 8. The way it's going.
Yeah, we have to. I think we have to win our last 2 games.
Think changes on Tuesday.
I think Devan will start. I think Duran will start. I think Dean will start because Maatsen started the Arsenal game.
I think Bailey might come in and Rodgers goes on the left as well.
Yeah,
Ramsey might come out.
He does love Ramsey though, Emery. I can't lie. He does love.
I know, but like we have to let JJ Bedding like take his time, man. You can't just keep playing him every week again. We know let him have a little rest, man.
Emery's going to be like, that sounds like a challenge. Like challenge accepting. Like, I'm going to keep playing him no matter what.
Man. Give Ramsey. He's been out for too long, and he always gets into the swing of things, and then just gets injured. Just drop him out. Let him have a little rest, man. Let him have a rest. Let him have a week off.
He's an interesting player, Ramsey, because I rate him so much, but I just think you got to start adding your goals and assists now. Really, you got to start producing.
He's not producing like he did when he was first burst through, is he? Like,
nah.
Like you could rely on Ramsey to finish, and he was getting into those areas, but not so much at the moment. But he was more playing as an 8 then, wasn't he? Think about it. It was like a forward 8, and he's more now operating, coming in off the left, which I don't know. I think it's good for the link up with the left back. But is it kind of reducing his game? Where should he be? I don't know. More central.
Like you look at Ramsey though, like it's mad. Like for stat nerds like us and that, like progressive passes, he's the highest per 90. Progressive carries, he's the highest per 90, higher than Rodgers. So that's what Emery's probably getting fed. That's what Emery's seeing. That's what Emery wants from his left mid in that system. But yeah, it would be nice if he did start producing because we need goals outside of Watkins, Rodgers. Tielemans stepped up, which was nice. But
what do you think Ramsey's inclusion to the detriment of Rodgers? In terms of Rodgers having to play off the right?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think we could see Tielemans go to centre mid against Monaco and then Rodgers linking up with Duran up front. Like that could be interesting.
Playing back in the 10. Well, he's mad that Ramsey's coming in. On the right. Yeah, I don't like Rodgers on the right. I just think that defeats his whole game. He's either cutting inside from the left or naturally coming inside into that 10 position or playing 10. But coming into the middle of the pitch off the left is more natural because first touch will be with his right foot. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll always keep changing it for sure. Dave says, don't want to burn him out, but we cannot rest Kamara. Yeah, that's a bro. Again, I thought he had a quality game. I think he lost the ball once, but
Bubakar, my God. Absolute joke of a player.
Unreal player. Like, yeah. Tielemans and Kamara and for £0. Okay, the wages, obviously, they're going to be on decent money, but for £0 and really not much competition, we done well there. We did well. Mark was saying, what song would you choose to represent Duran? I don't know. What'd you go for, bro?
Something chaotic, like tunes. I don't even know like the song name, but something like chaotic, like it's like.
What like
war like hard hit, like I don't know, man. Some type
like
of
Prodigy, like Firestar or something like that.
Yeah,
you know that tune.
Yeah, Firestar.
Mad. Firestar with a bit of like just nuts.
But like it bangs, like delivers every time, like one of them songs that just.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, you're also saying, give the contract now, please. Pleasure to watch him. Yeah, he is an absolute pleasure to watch Boubacar Kamara play football.
How do you get better? How do you get better? He's better. He's a better player right now.
He's better I think he's better on the ball now, 100%. Like I think he's much better than he was.
Just I think hair flows and like he's just mad at it. Like how is he so sick? Like he's got his own image and. Yeah,
facts. I think because he's playing when he's been playing Vanana, he has more responsibility to collect the ball and play, even when he moves into the back three. But obviously, we know Louise and Tielemans sometimes further forward if Vanana's playing. I think, he's just getting to show more his capabilities on the ball. I think he's quality, man. Marcus gone Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a shout. Actually. That song takes all directions and up and down. Yeah, that's a good choice. And Duncan saying Kamara best CDM in the league at the moment. There's some good ones. Bias says he is, but I can't lie. There are some good ones in there. I think Bruno will have a chat with that Bruno Guimaraes for sure. Yeah, Marcus saying Bohemian Rhapsody is a song that has every emotion. Yeah, facts, it does. It does. And it seems like it never ends as well. which is like John Duran. Anyway, bro, anything else you want to add?
Nah, bro, that's pretty much it, really. Just big up Villa
Wrapped
for
up,
showing some
bang on an
character.
hour almost. Mad.
Yeah, we've done it. I
Mad.
just love this team showing character. Like, that was some real resilience, that game at Arsenal, to come back and show fight. So yeah, very, very proud fan. And one of the most satisfying results of the season for me.
Yeah, facts. Obviously we came back from 2-0 against Everton to win, but that was more pressure for what Arsenal are going for, and you know the position we were in away from home. That's huge. That's massive. Can only breed more confidence. I think second half of the season we'll kick on, man. I do. I think we will. Anyway, bro, thanks for joining me as always. As we say, we really appreciate it if you could subscribe as well if you're new here, and please do comment your thoughts on the game in the comment section, or anything else you want to drop in there. We really appreciate it as well. As always, been a pleasure, and we'll see you on the next one. Up the Villa.